hanging out, it's dormant, it's unsafe. There is no place to sit. And so the best public spaces have lots of different options and lots of different places to sit. And this is Bryant Park, which I think is one of the best managed public spaces and best public spaces in general in the country. But not all places to sit are created equal. There's a difference between sometimes you think of a space that doesn't have anyone there, there's usually benches. And maybe the benches are not as obscene as this one, but a bench tells you exactly where you're supposed to sit and exactly where you're going to look. And it's very antisocial, and it's difficult if you're sitting with another person to sort of pivot and have a weird conversation there. God forbid you're having 3 or 4 people there, and then you're talking in a straight line, and it's really weird. And maybe you want to be in the shade, and the bench is all the way in the sun, and you cannot pick up that bench and move it into the shade, and vice versa. It is not user-friendly at all. The movable chair is quite different. As we saw back in Bryant Park, it is filled with movable chairs. These are examples of 3 of our spaces. This is at our Nicola Mall location. That top right one is in a strip mall in the exurbs. And this one down here is in front of a Class A office building in downtown Minneapolis. Why is a chair so special? Well, when you sat down, even though we're in nice tidy rows right now, you probably went like this, and you just moved it an inch. Why would you do that? It's substantially in the same place as it was before. But we are human and social animals, and we like to have influence over our environment. And unlike a bench, which you cannot move, we are staking claim over our chair. And when we get in our environment, when we're able to sort of influence it, control it, stake our claim to it, I think lots of other pro-social activities and social norms come out of that. You can also put it right where you want to. Right now we're sitting in front in rows, which make a lot of sense to watch these presentations. What if we wanted to have a conversation? This seating arrangement would make absolutely no sense, and we would not really be able to talk to each other. We would very quickly be able to arrange ourselves in those small circles and have a lovely conversation, which all of these people are doing here. These people are eating lunch, these people are having a meeting, and these people are viewing a concert. All of which these seating arrangements, if they were benches, would make absolutely no sense for every other social situation. So a movable chair is really the key to success. The other thing people encounter is they get really freaked out about theft. And in all of these situations, we've had little to no theft issues when we put these little stickers on the back that say, please sit here, courtesy of this space. By offering an invitation to people and saying, please be here, this is for you. We send messages about invitation rather than exclusion, and people usually respond in kind. And if they do steal those chairs, they feel really crappy about themselves. Sticker staring them in the face saying, we invited you here, you stole this. So, a final story I'll tell is, this is my apartment building, 2219 Garfield. It's about a mile from here. And I thought to myself, I'm this consultant that helps people to animate space and create social environments. I should be doing this in front of my apartment. And you know what? I'm tired of sitting on concrete. I'm going to go buy a chair. So this presentation is also adapted from a presentation that's called Placemaking 101, whether you have $100,000 or $10. This is a $10 solution to creating great communities tomorrow when you go home, or in 2 days when you go back to your own communities. Get a chair. I went to Home Depot for $10. They were selling that ugly orange bucket chair, and I was like, I'm going to take 2 of these, I'm going to put them outside my apartment building, and if they get stolen, so be it. Everyone told me they were going to get stolen. They were not stolen. I wrote with a permanent marker on there, please sit here, courtesy of the residents of this apartment building. And the reason I did that was a week before there was a fire alarm. I walked outside, there were 15 of my neighbors, I knew 2 of them, and I realized, wow, I live in a very walkable, urban environment. I'm very outgoing and social. I like getting to know people, and I don't know anyone in my apartment building. And something must change. And I don't think that this is a rare occurrence for most of us, regardless of where we live. And part of that was because I was just walking in and out of the apartment building. There was no way for me to interact with my fellow residents beyond just the casual, hi, how you doing, good to see you. So I bought these chairs for $10, I put them outside, I started sitting in them, reading books, having a beer, just hanging out outside. It was pleasant out. And within the first week, I met about half of my neighbors. And all of a sudden, the entire social dynamics of my apartment building changed. We started to build relationships. We started to really get to know each other as people rather than just sort of people walking past each other constantly. And it made an enormous difference. Soon thereafter, my property management association flyed the entire building saying, "Whose chairs are those? You gotta take them inside." I played dumb, but eventually they caught me. And they brought me into the management office and they were like, "Do you work for Home Depot? Why are you putting those chairs out there?" I said, "No, I don't work for Home Depot. I'm just trying to make the neighborhood a little bit nicer." And they say, they're not, we need to take them inside. Well, people love them. They say tough. So I battled it out with them for a few months. Unfortunately, I lost. And they put them into the vestibule, then they put them downstairs. Basically, people stopped using them. But I still tell this story because, one, when the chairs were out there, it made a huge difference. It made the neighborhood safer, it built community amongst my neighbors, and it cost $10. The second reason is we are oftentimes on the property management side of this equation, and we are deciding what other people can do. People are coming to us with ideas, saying, "I want to do this, this is going to be no cost to you, and I care about it, I'm passionate about it," and we are in positions to say yes or no. So I encourage you, and I'm probably preaching to the choir here, but say yes next time when someone has a crazy idea about building community in strong towns. So, thank you. All right.